person, right? This same person said that Angel Reese was a better rookie than Caitlin Clark. I guess they were saying at this moment, but her reason was just nonsensical as well, right? Now, have your opinion, have your take. Everybody has their opinion. Cool. But to say that Caitlin Clark wasn't putting up grown women numbers, oh my goodness, man. I'm going to let y'all hear this.
Thin line. It's really tough dialogue. A big question. If you had to log your vote today, who would your rookie of
The Women's National Basketball Association finds itself under intense scrutiny following revelations from veteran USA Today reporter Christine Brennan, whose recent publication has sent shockwaves through professional women's basketball. The seasoned journalist's extensive experience covering the league has provided unprecedented insight into the organization's significant shortcomings regarding superstar management. Brennan's comprehensive analysis reveals how the WNBA struggled dramatically with the arrival of Iowa sensation Caitlin Clark. The league's inability to handle a player of Clark's caliber has become increasingly apparent through various incidents and organizational misstep. Current discussions surrounding Clark's treatment, including her positioning as the ninth player and the aggressive defensive strategies employed against her, highlight the deeper issues within the organization.
For a superstar like Caitlin Clark, hence why they go through these hoops and hurdles like they be going through, bro. The Gilbert's Arena show just did a segment yesterday talking about her being the ninth player and pretty much them attacking her. Well, if she's so bad, why y'all gotta pretty much guard her full court? Why y'all pretty much gotta hack her every chance you get? That's what the Caitlin Clark effect does to these WNBA players. And quite frankly, they're jealous, bro. All of this stuff is jealousy. They just jealous.
The constant full-court pressure and physical play directed at Clark raises questions about the motivations behind such tactics. If her abilities were truly subpar, such intensive defensive schemes would be unnecessary. Instead, these strategies demonstrate the profound impact Clark has on opposing teams and players throughout the league. Professional jealousy appears to be a driving factor behind much of the controversy. Many established players seem resentful that they weren't the ones to achieve Clark's level of recognition and success. This ongoing tension has become tiresome for observers who recognize the underlying emotions at play.
If you had to log your vote today, who would your rookie of the year be in the WNBA?
I mean, it is a thin line. It's really tight. But when you look at where the teams are, and I also went a little deeper and I looked at plus minus and I also look at net rating. And when you look at that, Angel Reese has to get the nod. Now, I know it's not a popular position to take because Angel Reese has to do the dirty work. I have said it's not sexy to have to battle and rebound inside and
Brennan's media appearances following her book's release have consistently provided explosive revelations about the league's internal operations. Her credibility and extensive knowledge make these disclosures particularly significant for understanding the WNBA's current challenges. According to reports from the Indianapolis Star, Brennan's investigation revealed the league's complete lack of preparation for Clark's impact and the national attention that accompanied her arrival. This unpreparedness became evident through various organizational failures and missed opportunities.
And quite frankly, they're jealous, bro. All of this stuff is jealousy. They just jealous that they wasn't the Caitlin Clark. And it's just getting old at this point. Now, Christine Brennan has been on a complete media tour ever since she released this book. And I'm telling you right now, she deserves it because she's been dropping eggshells every day about this damn league. Let's head on over to X right now and check out what the hell I'm talking about, man. Hopefully everybody's having a great day today too, man.
High-ranking league official to discuss the impending changes. This conversation proved illuminating regarding the organization's perspective on Clark's potential influence. The official compared Clark's arrival to Maya Moore's entry into the league, suggesting it was the most significant development since that time. However, Brennan found this comparison surprising and inadequate. While Moore was undoubtedly talented and accomplished, earning recognition as the greatest winner in women's basketball history according to Sports Illustrated in 2017, her impact on mainstream attention was limited.
The battle and rebound inside and where you've got to do the blue collar work. But this is a player that has come in as a rookie and is putting up grown woman numbers. 12 double-doubles in a row. I mean, in one season. So when you see a young woman come in like that and do that,
it's not pretty when you have to do the dirty work, right? Like creating your own shot all the time and facilitating and running the offense and trying to make sure everybody else get involved.
Moore, despite her excellence and deserved accolades, failed to capture widespread public interest beyond the sport's existing fan base. Clark's situation presented an entirely different scenario, with the potential to engage a much broader audience across the nation. Brennan's years of WNBA coverage provided her with the perspective to recognize Clark's unique potential for mainstream appeal. The league's officials, however, appeared blind to this possibility, demonstrating a fundamental misunderstanding of the changing landscape in women's sports.
Man. So it's stated from Dana Benbow in Indy Star, a deep dive into what I'm reporting in on this game. How the WNBA was totally unprepared for the impact of Caitlin Clark and the national scrutiny that came with it. Oh my God. Goodness here, bruh. Article stated WNBA was totally unprepared for Caitlin Clark. That's unfortunate, but that's what.
The media landscape surrounding Clark's college career also revealed significant gaps in coverage and recognition. Many prominent content creators and sports media personalities who now extensively cover Clark were notably absent during her Iowa years. This selective attention highlights the risk-averse nature of many media outlets and content creators. Some individuals recognized Clark's potential early and committed to covering her throughout her college career, often facing criticism and losing audience members who preferred coverage of other players. This early investment in Clark's story proved prescient, though it came at a personal cost for those who took the gamble.
And trying to make sure everybody else get involved with the offense. You know, it's not pretty doing that dirty work either, huh? Oh my goodness. Yo. And then talking about grown woman numbers. Grown woman numbers. Oh my goodness. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get to this one though. All right. This is the one I want to show y'all. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see this good. Okay, yeah. So, this is the one that got me today, man. All right.
The coverage disparity becomes evident when examining the historical content of various media outlets and creators. A review of their earliest content reveals minimal attention paid to Clark during her college years, contradicting current claims of long-term support. Brennan's analysis of the league's unpreparedness extends beyond simple oversight to systemic issues within the organization. The interaction between Brennan and league officials revealed a complete absence of strategic planning for Clark's impact. This lack of preparation stemmed from the league's inability to envision such success within women's basketball. According to Brennan, the WNBA's management had become so accustomed to operating in the shadow of male-dominated sports that they couldn't conceive of achieving mainstream breakthrough success.
Clark, that's unfortunate, but that's what happened. Now, we ultimately know that is what happened. The day after Caitlin Clark declared for the 2024 WNBA Draft, USA Today columnist Christine Brennan made a phone call to a top official in the league. Do you know how big this is? So Christine Brennan, like many of us, knew that the Caitlin Clark effect was going to be huge for this league. Then it went on to say, that official said Clark's arrival was the biggest thing to happen to the league since.
The organization's reluctance to embrace second-class status may have prevented them from recognizing and preparing for transformative opportunities. This mindset limited their ability to capitalize on Clark's unique appeal and the unprecedented interest she generated. The transition from college to professional basketball presented unique challenges that the league failed to anticipate. Historical precedent suggested that college fandoms rarely translated to professional women's basketball, making Clark's impact seem unlikely to many observers. This skepticism extended throughout the media landscape, with many outlets and creators unwilling to invest in Clark's story due to perceived risks. The lack of historical success in translating college interest to professional women's basketball made supporting Clark seem like a significant gamble.
This is the one that got me today, man. All right, let me go ahead and play this for y'all.
You were at that game just now. Look, the Fever have been on a tear. They've won 2 in a row, a 25-point blowout of the Lynx in the Commissioner's Cup final, and then 27 against the Aces in this one. And both of those games without Caitlin Clark. How is Indiana getting this done right now?
Look, I think that Indiana is even more dangerous when Caitlin Clark doesn't play because she's a ball dominant guard. The ball's in her hands a lot. So
How to happen to the league since Maya Moore came into the league? What? Wait, Brennan was shocked. Moore, a Hall of Famer, was called the greatest winner in the history of women's basketball by Sports Illustrated in 2017. Now, she was talented, beloved superstar in the league, and she deserved all the attention. But outside of that, Moore went virtually unnoticed. These are facts, bro. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. The article goes on to say, Caitlin Clark, she was going to capture the attention of an entire
Security personnel working at the arena entrance during Clark's debut were overwhelmed by the unprecedented fan interest. This level of engagement for a preseason game had never been witnessed in the league's history. The reluctance to embrace Clark's potential extended beyond organizational leadership to media coverage patterns. Many outlets and creators avoided covering the young player from Iowa, perhaps due to various demographic and cultural considerations. This hesitation proved costly for those who failed to recognize Clark's appeal early. Her college career already demonstrated impressive viewership numbers, but mainstream media largely ignored these indicators of her potential professional impact. The transition to professional basketball amplified Clark's visibility exponentially. While college sports maintain a more limited audience, the professional level provided the platform for Clark's appeal to reach its full potential.
a ball dominant guard. The ball's in her hands a lot. So you know what you need to try to take away. But when you look at Indiana now, they've got so many weapons. And Kelsey Mitchell is playing out of her mind. Aaliyah Boston. I talked to Stephanie White before the game. She said in year one, Aaliyah Boston was back to the basket. Year two, two-man game. Year three, they're using her as a decision maker. And so when you have a point guard like Kelsey Mitchell and
Current coverage patterns reveal the opportunistic nature of much media attention. Many outlets and creators now extensively cover Clark primarily because of the significant viewership and engagement she generates, rather than from genuine early recognition of her talent. This situation has created tension between those who supported Clark throughout her development and those who only began coverage after her success became undeniable. The authenticity of current support becomes questionable when examined against historical coverage patterns. The league's continued struggles with managing Clark's impact demonstrate ongoing organizational deficiencies. Neither the WNBA nor major sponsors like Nike have successfully navigated the opportunities and challenges presented by Clark's unprecedented appeal.
Clark, she was going to capture the attention of an entire nation. Brennan had been covering Caitlin Clark WNBA for years, and she could see it coming this officially clear. And they had no idea. Now, something I would say, guys, a lot of these content creators were not covering Caitlin Clark at Iowa. They just wasn't. Some of your biggest ones, some of your favorite Caitlin Clark channels, they didn't give a care about Caitlin Clark when she was at Iowa. But guess who did? Guess who been covering Caitlin Clark since she was at Iowa? Your boy, John.
These management failures represent missed opportunities for the league to establish itself as a major force in professional sports. The inability to properly leverage Clark's popularity suggests deeper structural issues within the organization. The situation serves as a case study in how established organizations can fail to recognize and adapt to transformative opportunities. The WNBA's experience with Clark reveals the dangers of institutional thinking that limits vision and strategic planning.
and Ari McDonald making plays on the perimeter and a post like Aaliyah Boston. I'm going to tell you, at Indiana, they are a threat, and specifically on the defensive end. Stephanie is so pleased with the intensity that they're bringing defensively with their length, their switches.
All right, I just had to cut it, man. I had to cut it because there's no way you believe that the Indiana Fever are a better team without Caitlin Clark. There's no.
Brennan's analysis provides valuable insight into these organizational failures and the cultural factors that contributed to them. Her long-term perspective and credibility make her observations particularly significant for understanding the current state of women's professional basketball. The ongoing evolution of Clark's impact continues to challenge conventional wisdom about women's sports and mainstream appeal. Her success has fundamentally altered expectations for what's possible in professional women's basketball.
Your boy John Liquidator, bro. Your boy John Liquidator been covering Caitlin Clark since she was at Iowa. Some of your favorite channels just was not, bro. They didn't think or know that she was going to be as big as she was. I knew when she was at Harvard, she was going to be Michael Jeffrey Jordan 2.0, bro. I seen it coming. No one else did. I was getting crucified by everybody for making Caitlin Clark videos. And when she was in college, I was covering the Colorado Buffaloes.
The league's future success may depend on its ability to learn from these early mistakes and develop more sophisticated approaches to managing exceptional talent and the attention it generates. The Clark phenomenon represents both an opportunity and a test case for the WNBA's organizational maturity. The broader implications extend beyond individual player management to questions about the league's strategic vision and its ability to capitalize on breakthrough moments. The lessons learned from Clark's early professional experience will likely influence how the WNBA approaches similar situations in the future.
You believe that the Indiana Fever are a better team without Caitlin Clark? There's no way you believe that. No way you believe that. Fam, did you just forget they lost to the Sparks? They lost to the Connecticut Sun? Are you kidding me? Do you think they would have dropped those games if Caitlin Clark was playing? Do you think they would have dropped those games? Now, of course, it has to be just, well, you know, you remove Caitlin and now they play better. It couldn't be the fact that they're starting to gel. It couldn't be the fact that
the ongoing discussion surrounding these issues reflects the passionate engagement of fans and media who recognize the significance of this moment in women's sports history. The debate about preparation, recognition, and management continues to evolve as Clark's career progresses. The entertainment value and competitive impact of Clark's presence in the league cannot be disputed. Her ability to generate interest, fill arenas, and drive viewership represents exactly the kind of transformative influence that professional sports organizations typically seek to cultivate and maximize.
I was in college. I was covering the Colorado Buffaloes at the time, and I was reporting on Caitlin Clark. I lost half my damn fan base for reporting on Caitlin Clark and not Angel. I see the trajectory. Hence why my views don't show what my channel is, because half of my channel is another fan base. The other half is Caitlin Clark. See, other channels don't have them problems. They watch the Caitlin Clark stuff, but me, I knew Caitlin Clark was going to be big.
A controversial discussion has emerged regarding the Indiana Fever's recent performance and their relationship with star player Caitlin Clark. Media personalities have begun promoting a questionable theory suggesting the team operates more effectively during Clark's absence. This debate stems from the same analyst who previously argued that Angel Reese deserved Rookie of the Year honors over Caitlin Clark during the previous season. The analyst's reasoning centered around statistical comparisons, though many found the logic flawed.